Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're making Cochinita Pibil in the Instapot. Making it the traditional way requires marinating for at least 8 hours or overnight. When you make it in the Instapot, you can enjoy it in less than 2 hours. So if you would like to see how to prepare this, continue watching this video and let's get started. First, we're going to go over the ingredients we're going to be using for the sauce. We're going to need 1 whole head of garlic cleaned and peeled, 2 tablespoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, half a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice, and 1 cup of orange juice. Traditionally, you would use the juice from sour oranges, but if you can't find sour oranges, you can do a combination of orange juice and lemon juice like we're doing today. 8 to 10 allspice berries, 6 to 7 whole cloves, and 1 stick of cinnamon. 1 3.5 ounce of achiote paste. This you can find in grocery stores that cater to Mexican food or in the Mexican food aisle. And the last ingredient, half a cup of your favorite tequila. This one is optional. Add all the ingredients to the blender. I'm going to be using my bullet because it does such a great job of breaking down the dry spices. Blend on high for a good minute or two and set aside. For the meat, I'm going to be using 6 to 7 pounds of pork butt. You can also use pork shoulder, pork picnic, or pork loin. I like to choose a piece that has the bone in because it gives it great flavor. You also want to choose one that has a good amount of fat, but not too much. If it has too much fat, you can trim off the excess fat. We're going to cut it into smaller pieces and trim off as much meat as we can from the bone. I'm making different size cuts. They don't have to be exactly the same size, just as long as they're smaller pieces. This is going to help absorb more of the flavor, and it's going to make it a lot easier to remove from the Instapot once it's done. As I'm cutting the meat, I'm transferring it to a large bowl so we can season it once we're done. Once we've trimmed off most of the meat from the bone, we're going to generously season it with salt and pepper. As you're seasoning, move the meat around to ensure that all pieces are well seasoned. Also season the bone piece with salt and pepper on both sides. Once the meat is well seasoned, we're going to take it over to the Instapot and begin to sear the meat. To sear the meat, we're going to turn on the Instapot to saute. Once it's nice and hot, melt 2 tablespoons of lard or vegetable oil to help sear the meat. We're going to start out with the bone piece first. We're going to sear for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Searing the meat first is going to help seal in the flavors and the seasonings that we added, and it's going to give you a more flavorful meat. Once it's well seared on all sides, remove it and place it in a container. Add half of the meat from the bowl. Sear for 4 to 5 minutes or until it has a light brown color. Remove it from the Instapot and place it in the container with the bone piece. Add the remainder of the meat and repeat the process. Once the other half of the meat is lightly brown, we're going to leave it in the Instapot. Add half a large onion cut in half and pour half of the sauce over the meat. Add the remainder of the meat into the Instapot, including the bone. Add the other half of the onion cut in half and pour the remainder of the sauce over the meat. Place the lid on the Instapot and program the Instapot on manual for 60 minutes. Once the timer is set the pressure release valve to sealing. The timer will start once the Instapot has built enough pressure and the cooking time will begin. And while we're waiting for the meat, we're going to begin to prepare the pickled onions for the tacos. In a medium container or a bowl, add 1 chopped red onion, 2 to 3 minced jalapenos, or you can also use Serrano peppers or Habanero peppers. 1/3 cup of regular or apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano, season with salt and pepper to your liking, and squeeze in the juice from 2 limes, which is about 1/3 cup of lime juice. Mix until everything is well combined, cover it and place it in the refrigerator until it's ready to use. Before you remove the lid from the Instant Pot, you want to release the lever to release all of the steam from the Instant Pot. Now we're going to remove the lid and check on our meat. I wish you could smell this. This smells so delicious. I can't wait to try it. And look at that. The meat is just falling right off the bone. I removed some of the meat from the Instant Pot into a container and poured a few spoonfuls of the broth over the meat to keep it nice and moist. This way, if we need to warm it up in the microwave or the oven, the meat will remain nice and moist. Now we're just going to break down the meat for the tacos. The meat is so well cooked that it's coming apart with very little effort. Add a good spoonful to your preheated tortilla. Top it off with the pickled onions we prepared earlier. You can enjoy it like this, or you can also add some of your favorite salsa. And enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video with a different recipe.